Welcome back to another reaction for the Ramparts of Ice, episode 5.
今まで自分は誰とでも話せる方だと思っていた。けど、あ、氷川さん。この人との会話はいつも少しぎこちない。朝練さっき終わ
A little bit awkward is a little bbit undercutting it, right?
ったとこ、何か話題あるかな。あ、そういえば昨日五十嵐くん来たんだけど。うわ、表情。これ地雷か？
Yes.
確かに仲良くはなさそうだし、五十嵐くん若干悪強そうだったしな。苦手だったのかも。ミスった。というか、そもそも中学の話自体がタブーなのか、うかつだった。あー、ごめん。中学の話やめよっか。いや、不自然、我ながら。苦しい、流れが悪い。喋れば喋るほどドツボにはまるような。あれ？俺ってこんなだっけ？
I do like that we see his perspective. Because normally we see him all happy-go-lucky, but we don't really see this side of him, where he's like, okay, somehow I was always able to get along with everyone. I knew what I needed to do, what I needed to present myself as to get along with people, but somehow nothing works with her. In this case, depending on how well you are situated as a human being, I feel like this is one of those points where you are like, listen, I just want to get along with you. I'm trying my best. I'm making a mistake. I don't know. I didn't know that it was so bad. Try to naturally try to make it feel a little bit better. But try to be honest. I feel like you can only be honest. You messed up multiple times. You are running into a wall over and over. You have to be honest. You have to be. I just want to get along with you. I'm somehow failing.
はあ、冷気が気持ちいい。あ、かゆ。
なんで人のこと探ったりするの？理解できない。
鍵の閉まる音が
気持ち悪い。
聞こえた気がした。
ミナと今のなんで？
ヨウタ、俺
クユンに変な近づき方しないで！
ミキに殺されるかも。は？
I mean, she warned you multiple times. That is one of those things I would like to have a thought process about that. She warned you, don't get close to her. Leave her alone. Don't get close with impure reasons or whatever. And you still decided to ignore her warning. I mean, you get what you deserve. I still feel like you all should, or you are going to be able to remedy this situation, but you did forcefully try to insert yourself into her life. Probably because of jealousy, I would assume, because your friend is able to get along with her, but somehow you are not. Even though you feel like you get along with everyone, now you understand that some people are very hard to get along with. They are very picky who they let close and who not.
もうあんたまたそんな菓子パンです
She's so cute.
ましてん。
のりこ、怒らないでいられる方法ってある？
え？氷川でも怒ることあるの？
寒い。あるよ。
喧嘩でもした？
あ、
まあ誰だって怒ることくらいあるんだから無理に全部我慢することないわよ。
人に怒りをぶつけてすっきりできるならいいんだけど、私はそれができないタイプなんだって自分でそれが分かってるのに、むしろ言ってしまったことを後悔するだけだし。
難儀な子。何があったか知らないけど相手に気持ちを伝えることも大事よ。嫌なことは嫌って。
伝える？違う。あの瞬間私は腹が立ったから、気持ち悪い、傷つけに行った。それも雨宮君の話も聞かず一方的に。
I mean, grandma here, nurse. She's totally right. This is one thing that is, I feel like it is very hard for a lot of people to do, me included, to just be honest and communicate. To just go to him and be like, it feels like you are sorry. So you could be like, I'm sorry, I lashed out, I didn't mean to. But I don't like you pressuring me. I feel like you're getting too close, or whatever she's feeling. Because if you are honest, sometimes, in most cases, if the other person is someone mature, which in this case, they are still very young, they will listen to you and they will understand you, and they will then know what they did maybe wrong, and they could change their approach, and you have a better relationship. Stuff like if you have someone who's making some kind of joke you don't like, just telling them to not do those jokes again because you don't like that. In most cases, it's like, okay, they will, sometimes the joke of those in this nature will still come through, but a lot less. And then after a little bit of time, whenever the rest is not going well, you can bring it up again. However, sometimes the other person is going to just cut contact, and you are losing someone you maybe don't want to lose. However, that is the cost of being honest. It's better than leaving this relationship in a precarious situation. Just try to be honest. Again, easier said than done.
未消化の苛立ちと自分の言動への後悔でモヤモヤが晴れない。穏やかに生きたい。
10代の若者が何言ってんのよ。
Also, this clearly is not only against him. It is an amalgamation of all the things that happened, that more or less bubbled up together and culminated in this outburst. So it's not only him responsible for this.
あ、いた。こうゆん、俺も今日ここで食べる。
だからここはイートインじゃないのよ。
こうゆんも食べる？
いや。え、どうしたの？
今日さ、朝昇降口でのやりとりちょっと見ちゃって。
片付けしてから戻りなさいよ。
はい。
ねえこゆん、みなとってさ、距離感おかしいしおせっかいだしエゴ強いし実は子供っぽいし考え方がめちゃくちゃ自己中心的だけど 悪いやつではないんだよね。っていうのと、実はさ、俺も湊も中学からコユンのこと知ってたよ。
え、
名前までは知らなかったけど、この前コユンがバスケ部だって言ってたので思い出した。
バスケ部、それって。
ミキ。
ミキから聞いてたんだ。コユンが嫌がらせ受けてた話。
コ
ユンおはよう。今日珍しく余裕持ってこれたよ。
Right, she was like a gorilla. So she probably went off on people. By the way, this is like not much. They're not okay.
何これ。気にしないで。気にしないでっていつから？いつからだろう。ずっと？早く全部終わらないかな。ミキ、あの時のこと2人に。
あ、でも怒らないでやって。あの時すごいコユンのこと心配。
And she also didn't tell your name. It probably was very abstract. Not abstract. She was not naming anyone. She was like, hey, my friend has problems. He's getting bullied. Is there something I could do? Do you have an idea? I mean, I feel like most people would do the same. Not really naming names, but asking. And just because you feel lost, you want to help, but you have no idea how to help. You need a couple ideas. Makes sense? Now, it is a little bit of a coincidence you all ended up in the same school, and that they then put one and one together.
してたから。
分かってる。
ミキ言ってたよ。友達が悩んでたことに気づけなかった。何の助けにもなれなかったって。
なんで相談してくれなかったんだろうとか、私そんなに頼りないかなとか、それも悲しくて。
ミキが頼りないとかじゃなくて、心配かけたくなかったんじゃない？その友達は。
そうなのかな。
けどそんな気使わないでほしい。
ミキって。
そんな風に思ってたんだ。ミキに相談しなかったのは。
ミキいけ。ナイス。
本気で部活に打ち込んでいるミキと、ただ辞めるのが怖いからという理由で部活に向かい続けていた私は対極な気がして。頼りないとか信用してないとか、そういうわけじゃないのに。
ミキとコユンのやりとりを見て、湊もなんとなく気づいたんじゃないかな。バスケ部の子っていうのがコユンだって。だから湊もコユンのこと気にしてたんだよ、きっと。
そうか。
ああ、ごめん。中学の話はやめよっか。
だから雨宮くんはあんな風に。私盛大に勘違いして雨宮くんに。恥ずかしい。
I mean, this is one of those things where he didn't want to really put it in words. He didn't want to tell her that he knows about this like he is doing right now. Because it is a delicate subject. And also, it's always a problem with they found out because of Mickey, and this could have been seen as a injury. No, it could have been seen as a problem with the trust between those two. Maybe their relationship could have been damaged by this, so he didn't want to say it directly. Now, still weird that he brought up the other guy, though. I don't know what that is about.
コユン？
じゃなくて雨宮くんに謝罪しないと。
謝罪？固い。俺 俺から何か伝えておこうか？
いや、シャイは自分で示します。
シャイ。まあ本人は気にしてないんじゃないかな。
Hmm.
大丈夫大丈夫、港だし。おーい雨宮、すまんこっち。おーいって。何、雨宮。
Nah, he's fine.
ごめん、ぼーっとしてた。
ああ、びっくりした。雨宮怒ってんのかと思ったわ。
アホ、港は笑てへんと目つきが悪いだけやで。
なんで人のことを探ったりするの？
あれは五十嵐君と喋ってたことに対する文句にしても、あそこまで怒ることか。人にされて嫌なことはするなは良しとされるのに、その逆はダメ？わからない。
Okay. Okay. It's a typical saying, yeah, where you are like, okay, if you don't want to be hit, you shouldn't hit anyone else, as example. But he's more or less saying that the opposite is not necessarily okay either. If you want to be punched for some reason because you like to be punched, if you want to be stepped on by a goth girl, that doesn't mean that you should step on a goth girl, right? Just because you like it doesn't mean that she is going to like it.
というか、きっと違いすぎるんだ。価値観も考え方も。俺にとっての正解とあの人にとっての正解が。だから俺が何しようとしても迷惑なのか。この何かしてあげようって考えが傲慢なのか？そうなのミキちゃん。でも傲慢だって言うなら、あの人だって好きな人とそうでない人の線引きをしている。陽太とミキは受け入れられた側、一方俺は省かれた側。
Yes.
あ、なんかちょっと腹立ってきた。
あ、
お、どうしたん？
What do you mean you threw the ball at his head? Come on. Accept a little punishment. Also, that is just her character. It is interesting. It is a very good representation, I feel like, for very introverted people that are very choosy on who they accept and who they are not really accepting. Because you can definitely see difference whenever they are around people they are not comfortable with. It's not that they dislike them. They're just like, not my jam for some reason. Maybe just because they didn't hit it off that well. And whenever they are around people they really like, they can be totally different. A lot more open, a lot more energetic, talking non-stop. It is a night and day difference. And he clearly sees where the line is. Which is mostly, I feel like, because he's too forceful. If you just hang around her a little bit, you just chill out, she's probably going to let you get closer a little bit. It's like she's like an animal, like a small little kitten that is scared. You have to be patient. Kneel down, wait for the kitten to come to you, and then you can build a relationship.
もう関わるのやめよう。お互いメリットないし、全然気にするようなことじゃない。陽太、昼休みどこに行ってたんだよ。
トイレ？
長くね。
放課後になっちゃったけど、謝るタイミングなかったな。いや、謝るのにいいタイミングってなんだ？
I don't know.
明日にでもチャンスがあれば。
じゃあな、港。 またな。
I feel like he's going a little too far. This is one of those cases where you just stay neutral. You know each other, so you go home, just say goodbye. Just say goodbye. Just say see you tomorrow. Whatever. Just say a normal bye. Instead of being like ignoring them.
多分私は今までずっとこの人自身をちゃんと見ようとしたことがなかった。過去にあったことと比較して勝手に苦手なものだと決めつけて知りもせずに拒絶して自分がされて嫌なことを人には平気でしていた。
We don't really know exactly what happened with Igarashi, which is most likely who she's referring to. But from what we know is that he was an asshole and all the girls were jealous of her and bullied her. So it is understandable that you had this defensive reaction towards someone who's very like him, even though he may not be the same. It just, this is where we have those preconceived perceptions from about people, classes, races, whatever. It just is we have an experience and we put it on other people, even if it is unfair. That is just how humans are built. It helped us survive for a long time, so it's hard to get rid of such a strong mechanism.
やっぱりあの顔。気を許さない相手に向けるいつもの表情。そのうち仲良くなれるかなって思ったけど、それは全部俺のエゴで自己満で、向こうからしたら迷惑で、初めから一切関わらない方が良かったのかもしれない。
雨宮君、ごめんなさい。少し話がしたいです。
Love confession? No.
時間大丈夫？
うん。部活までまだ時間があるから。
そのどうしよう。恥ずかしい。すべてが恥ずかしい。ひどい言い方をしてごめん。
うん。
あの時雨宮君がなんで中学の時のことを知ってるんだろうって五十嵐から聞いたんだとしたらすごく嫌だって思って。けど昼休みに陽太が誤解だって教えてくれて。
陽太。あ。
トイレ？
あいつ。
私勝手に勘違いしてあんな態度。言いたいことはたくさんあるのにいつも私はうまく言葉にできない。思考の量が多ければ多いほど口に出そうとすると全部喉のあたりでこんがらがって言葉になれない感情たちが涙になって逃げようとする。ダメだ。
Why do I feel like this is where Miki's going to come in? He's going to see this and be very upset.
なんでいつも謝る側が泣いちゃダメ。
乾け乾け
I mean, you did already apologize. Sure, you can apologize more, but already having some apology and just restarting the relationship seems like an okay idea.
乾け
氷川さん大丈夫だからそんなに謝らなくてもいいしむしろ嫌な思いさせたのこっちだしいやいや俺さっきまで腹立ててたくせになんでフォローしてるんだ溜め込まないで
こらえてる時に優しくされると一気に緊張が
涙
あのね五十嵐と接点ないって言ったの嘘なんだむしろ逆今はすごく仲悪いから
これ持ってるのどこ？ここを左でまっすぐ。
氷川さんこれ見て見てどうこれ
何してんだ二人で。レ
アなモンスターでも見つけたんじゃね？
ああ、あれ親がやたら。
ありがとうそれ
おううちのポメラニアン
You have a dog. Are you stupid? You know how you have so many connections? You have a fucking dog. Just show your dog. This dog, yeah? I feel like this is going to get you into talking with 90% of people. They're like, oh, you have a couple pictures, have a video of you playing with the dog. People are gonna love it.
あ受けた
かわいい
俺そろそろ行くね
あごめん
じゃあ
See you tomorrow.
また明日
うんまた
No. No feeling, right?
あれそういえば氷川さん五十嵐君と仲悪いってけどあの時あそういえば五十嵐君さ氷川さんって覚えてる
あ氷川そんなやつうちの中学にいなかったけど
ってどういうことだ
Now, this is not something you ask her, though. This is what you ask Igarashi then. And you're like, yo, I talked to Himakawa and she knows about you. What do you have to say about that, huh? It is pretty unfair to lie about that. Because you were younger, you grow up, and you make mistakes. We all made mistakes. Whenever I look back to my youth, which is 100 years ago or so, I made a bunch of mistakes. The biggest mistakes are mostly money related, I feel like. Because as a child, I wanted to have so many stupid things. I wanted, as example, the Furby, the little thing that can talk. I played with that maybe like 2 or 3 weeks and then it was gone. It was in a corner. Total waste of money. Holy crap. I wish I never wished for that. On the other hand, without really wishing for it, I didn't really get a PC, but my dad had a friend who had like old stuff lying around and they made for me like a little PC. Holy crap! I use that thing non-stop. As every Saturday, every Sunday, I would wake up at 6, go to my PC. I would play until like 10, 12 o'clock in the evening, and then I would go to bed. Such a good time. You know, so there are some things where I'm like, oh, I wish I did not. So much money we could have used for anything else. Now, not exactly the same mistake as here, but point is you grow up and you can just stand to your failure. This is stuff that made you who you are today because you grew up. You accepted your mistakes. You are not going to repeat them because most of the time, if you acknowledge you made a mistake, you are not going to repeat that.
どっちも嘘っぽくないし。
むしろ逆。
誰？
I mean, the main point is that one of them is close to be your friend and the other one not. So I know who I would believe. Also, one of them is a cute girl, the other one is a guy. So
あの二人って昔何が。
なんで人のことを探ったりするの？
雨宮どうかしたんか？
いや別に。
嘘つけ！お前さっきから全然人の話聞いてねえだろ。
聞いてるって。
じゃあ今俺が何話してたか言って。
めんどくさい彼女やん。
湊、ぼーっとしてたら麺伸びるよ。
お前はどういう食べ合わせやねん。
合わなくね？
美味しいよ。
小麦粉が過ぎる。
は？陽太。
陽太が誤解だって教えてくれて。
陽太、名前呼び。試験も終わったし冬休み入るし、もう接点が。
jealous?
それがどうした？
So it seems like he's going to be the needy type of friend. So he wants a reason to hang out
次
with
会
her?
った時話しかけたらどんな反応するんだろう。向こうからしたら気まずい。あの時みたいに距離を取られる。わからない。
あ、間宮くん。あの。昨日謝る時に泣いたりしてごめんなさい。非常にお見苦しい。決して泣いたら許されるとか思ってるわけじゃなくて。
いや、なんかもう理由とかよくわかんないけど、気持ちがいっぱいいっぱいになって涙が出る時ってあるじゃん。
あるの？雨宮くんが？
何？お前には理解できねえだろって思った？ひどくない？しくしく。
わ。けど正直意外。
あ、こう見えて結構俺も繊細なんです。何その顔。きっと。じゃあ俺こっち。
ああ、部活？
そう。
頑張って。
See? You got close enough? You're getting closer to being friends, right? That's what you wanted, right? We still have the whole point where he was like, he would not recommend her to go and potentially get together with Yota? But why? What is going on with that guy?
理解されないとか否定されるに違いないとかあまり決めつけるもんじゃないな。何かが少し変わったような、何も変わってないような、そんな感じで明日から冬休み突入です。
Wait a second. Come to my work over winter break. See ya. Dip, dip. I will invite Yota too. So she is inviting Yota. Again, she is not inviting Minami. But we are still not exactly where he wanted to be. But I find it interesting that she is the one inviting Yota instead of Mickey. Oh. What? What? I just... Are we in the wrong anime? Are they the same? Normally this is because the author is the same. But why is she here?
久しぶりイエーイイエーイ元気してた
Whoa, 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 whoa. Sora. Okay.
元気してた卒業式以来だね。ここはどう？うん、静かでいいよ。で、どう？二人とも彼氏できた？全然。右に同じ。食い気味。中学の時には結構付き合ったりしてたのに。イケメン先輩とか他校のバレエの人とか。いや、あの時は急にググイッと来て告られて、そしたらなんか好きかもって思ってきて付き合って。で、付き合ってちょっとしたらなんか違うって振られるの毎回。
I thought everyone knew that you were like a gorilla, right? They probably just saw that you were cute. It's always a little bit weird that people are like, oh yeah, I love you, or I want to go out with you, without any connection whatsoever. And you don't even know them that well?
勝手に理想の性格作って勝手に幻滅してんじゃねえ。ゴリラスイッチ入った。なんかごめんって。だからさ、あんなの付き合ったとは言えないよ。私ね、次誰かと付き合うときはね、自分が好きって思った人に自分から告白して付き合いたいんだ。今そういう人いんの？ Nobody.
Again, I assumed she was interested in Minami, but I guess not.
雨宮くんはとか今聞いたらややこしくなるか。
Maybe she is?
小雪はどうなの？
私？
Yota?
いらない。付き合ったりとか私には無理なんだと思う。だから彼氏と続いてる美晴と空はすごいと思うよ。
いや、
Stop. Stop.
いや、そんな。
なんか写真ないの？
見てくれる？
じゃあ私バイトだからお先に。
じゃあねー。バイバイ。また遊ぼうね。
I mean, it just makes sense for her to be like, yeah, I'm not interested in any relationships right now because of the bad experience.
小雪、だいぶこじらせてんね。まあ、五十嵐の件があるからね。そもそも小雪って中学の時さ、なんで五十嵐と付き合ったんだろうね。めちゃくちゃ嫌ってなかった？ねえ、私も。それはきっと私のせいだ。
Not ideal. By the way, I do like her style. She's looking a lot modern, a lot more not fresh, but cool, I would say. So yeah, I mean, ooh, so she had something to do with it. They were probably talking. I'm assuming what happened and what is normally going to happen in these kinds of situation. Maybe Igarashi was confessing to her. She came to Miki and was like, "Hey, he confessed to me. What should I do?" And she more or less told her to try it out, which is what she was doing. She was like, someone asked me out. I don't dislike them. Why not? Try to go out with them. And that may have led to that. I'm assuming that is what was happening. I don't believe she willfully. She did something extra. I'm really just assuming she convinced her to try it out. And that is how it ended. Otherwise, their relationship would not be as cordial, I feel like. But yeah, it makes sense for her to be unwilling to try relationships. It seems like that there may be some interest from Mickey's side towards Minami. Now, Minami seems to be more interested in our girl, which is not good. Because, again, our girl has now cemented herself as I don't want to risk it yet. He probably needs some more time. And it's probably also more, for her, it's going to be more natural. Because the whole idea of, hey, I want to go out with you, you meet them behind the shed or whatever, you ask them out. I don't believe this is the best approach to a relationship. I feel like she's just going to be a friend to some guy like Yota as example, and with time her feelings are going to develop, and then they are going to, if it is mutual, slowly deepen their relationship instead of being like, oh, I want to go out, which she is not going to be interested in right now. Otherwise, I mean, we have solved the issue somewhat. Minami knows that someone is lying, and it is most likely Igarashi. So I wonder if he's going to, because they had the meeting because the clubs were playing one another. I do wonder if at the next meetup he's going to ask him what really went down between him and our main character.